Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 5. Once again, we are doing a airplane mod showcase. Haven't done one of these in a while. This is a new Boeing 737-800 that's been circulating on GTA 5 mods. And I will have a link for it in the description below. You can check it out. It's a little more crude. It's not what you would expect from like a Skyline model or something like that. But regardless, we have a 737-800, and that's a pretty big deal to have that in Grand Theft Auto 5. So walking around, we can look and see their wing roots pretty well modeled there. The engines aren't bad at all. They've got that wonderful CFM look to them with the flat bottom on them. And the texture work, you only, I believe, have one livery. We can explore that a little bit later on. And none of the liveries are American so far that I have seen anywhere. Papa Romeo Golf Tango Papa is the tail number. And there's the APU exhaust right there, the rear of the airplane. Huge rear stabilizer. Vertical stabilizer is what I'm going to say. You have animated flaps that do come down with the gear, and they do retract when you bring the gear up. But for the most part, pretty neat to have a 737-800 in GTA 5. We're going to fly it around, see what it's all about. This is a replacement of the jet. That's what I have it set as right now. And you will have to install the handling line that comes with it. Otherwise, your flaps are just going to go vertical when they retract. So let's go fly it and see what it's all about. The interior, can't do a lot with it. I'll show you the reason why. With the visual pack I'm using, the emissives are really insanely high. And looks like the viewpoint is pretty low. You couldn't fly it from here anyway. But the interior doesn't look terrible. It is quite modeled well. And if I didn't have natural vision installed, I bet you those emissives would not be that bad. When we turn on our lights, we don't have actual coronas. It does light up the ground, as you can see right there by the nose gear. But it doesn't seem to produce any coronas. We're going to need all we can get out of this because it is a heavy airplane and it does take a lot of runway to get it off the ground. So let's go ahead and add power now. And we will be flying from the outside view, of course, because the interior is terrible. Now, the interior isn't bad. It's just the visual pack does not make that happen. So here we are at full speed, and you can start rotating right about around here. It's got a nice rotation to it. There we are. And gear comes up. Flaps come in. And there we are, departing Sandy Shores here. It is a beautiful model on the exterior, and that, you know, maybe that's something that means something to you. More so than having an interior. For me, I'm kind of indifferent about it, but it's a 737-800, and of course I'm going to fly it. There's also an A320 by the same project that's putting these airplanes together, and you can get one of those as well if you check on GTA5-mods.com. But we're going to put our focus on the 737-800 today and see how it all plays out. We will land it at Los Santos. We will also check the crash damage. I know with the mod showcases, a lot of you guys like to see the crash damage, and maybe because you want this airplane in 5M or something. So we're going to show you what that's all about as well. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic weekend so far. We are flying with clouds on right now is what that is. Now, the default jet is replaced by this. That's what I have it set up like. So we might actually see fellow 737 traffic on the way into Los Santos. Let's see if that is the case. Let's roll off here. Reduce power a little bit. We're not going up really high. No need to. It's just a, you know, quick hop over. And I've got the runway in sight and the airport in sight for that matter. And there's a Learjet going to be passing right over the top of us, but that's another 737 out in the distance, you can see. There goes the business jet right over the top. Bye-bye. And another one. And there's another 737 right off our tail there. Be flying right over the top of us. Gear down. And the flaps are coming down as well. Put our landing lights on, but as you can see, they are not modeled very well. I don't seem to see that at all. Bring that nose up a little bit. It flies quite nice, though. I mean, it's using its own handling line. It's based off the jet, but I don't think it actually uses the jet's handling line because it's a little too nimble for it to be that. We got clouds on the airport right now. We are rolling off here nice and easy. Probably turned in a little too early there, but that's all right. We'll adjust. Now, one thing you can do with the handling line is you can dump those throttles all the way out. You pull that left trigger back, and you can get a nice flare. And I love that in a handling line when it comes to a jet in GTA 5. So that's really nice. You don't have to worry about killing the throttles and the airplane just dropping like a brick. And coming over the numbers here, idle power up the whole way in here. Don't have to hold the right trigger down to keep it in the air, which is really nice. There, we're judging that. Yeah. And I'll pull the power all the way back. You can see by that, bring that nose up for the flare. Ooh, a little bit right rudder. And we are down. Not too bad of a landing for outside view for me. I'm usually not the best at that. And that's how long it takes to come to a complete stop, which is really, really cool. So we're going to go ahead and there's another 737 just landed right there. I'm going to go park over on the ramp, and we're going to check the liveries and see what else there is available. But I'm pretty sure it's just one livery. I'm going through the liveries here. It doesn't seem like there's anything. There's a -1 for 2. Benny's livery is not showing anything there. It's all in stock. Don't mind the spike strip thing at the bottom. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be an available thing. Vehicle color menu, can you change that? Let's see. Nope, doesn't change at all. So that's the only livery option you have. Not a huge deal. Let's change time to the evening and see what the night lighting's like on this thing. Ooh, that sunset looks great though. Let's do this. Doesn't look like it has a lot of night lighting happening here. Now let's turn the lights on. It looks like it's just landing lights or the nose light, and that's all you get. We'll wait for the sun to go down a little bit more, but we're going to fly back to Sandy Shores. We'll land there, and then once we arrive at Sandy Shores, then we are going to do our crash test. What better way to do it than... I have to go around all this junk. What better way to do it than the mountains, right? Let's see what that's all about. It looks like it does have windows that light up at night, so that's pretty cool. And then they're not overpowering, which means that they don't use the emissives that we've seen in the interior, which make it really, really insane. It does turn pretty tight, though. I got to give it that. That is not too shabby. Pretty pleased with the feel of the taxi characteristics of the airplane. Let's go ahead and line up on 1-2 left here, and we're going to rocket out of here and head to Sandy Shores. And we'll land on the runway facing the west. Yeah, see, that thing lines up really nice. Let's go ahead and do a classic 737 takeoff. Just keep the power in it all the way. And we'll do a much smoother rotation this time. There we go. Just ease back ever so slightly, and look at that. Straight off the ground. Gear up. And the flaps come in as well. And let's see what kind of climb performance we get out of this thing. About right there is looking good. Now, we are expecting thunderstorms in Sandy Shores, so we're going to climb out of here. This beautiful evening flight. And it's going to be interesting, to say the very least, once we get to Sandy Shores. Look at those stars. All right, so we're going to have to fly by instruments here and the lightning, actually, and see if we can land this thing in one piece. Now, the side lights are pretty well lit now, and we do have a logo light that's on as well. It's pretty cool. Remember, we have the Ron Alternates wind farm up here on our left, so we're going to be careful on the way in here. Got to be using a little bit of our map, too, by hitting down the D-pad, so I get a little bit of situational awareness. Definitely need that in an approach like this. But who knows? This could just go terribly wrong, and then we'll get to see the crash damage together. And my plan of action is to turn early before Mount Gordo. I don't want to head over to Mount Gordo or Sanchiansky mountain range. So we're going to start our turn now. I can see the 13 over there. Put our gear down. Flaps are coming in. And yeah, no light. Like, oh, hello. That was crazy. That lightning looks insane. So no light really, you know, comes from the airplane itself. It's almost as if the there are no the coronas are embedded in the model or something like that. We're coming over the mountain range here, and we are going to be making a left to the airport. Let's see if we can do it. There's the U-tool there. I can see that. It's gonna be, we're on a left base for the runway right now. The runway is right off to our left. You see it on the map there, and we're gonna start our turn this way. Gonna make it a tight turn too. Got the runway in sight. Gonna be a little high here on this approach. Oh, way high on this approach. Oh my lord. We're landing on the other runway. Okay, well, we can roll with that. Kill the power here. Oh, that is not a runway. That is not a runway. Whoa, baby. Here we go. Okay, we salvaged it a little bit. I thought we were gonna die. That's a tough approach in the rain. I've never done the storm weather with natural vision, so that's a first for me. All right, so the rain's gonna get out of here, and then we're gonna do some crash tests, crash damage tests. Well, let's make it fair weather. Let's try during the day. I wonder what that looks like during the day here with it storming like this early morning. There we go in the day. Let's try another. I want to try one more approach, and then we'll test the crash damage of this airplane. It doesn't want to turn today. All right, full power. We'll get on out of here. Not the end of the world. Yeah, nighttime is just pretty tough. There we go. That's a good rotation. Speed right there. Gear up. And there we are, blasting through all the rain. The rain looks pretty cool, though, with this. I do like it. I don't know what those white little specks are. They're supposed to be... No, they're not puddles or anything like that, or raindrops hitting the airplane. It's just a weird anomaly. There's another 737 up there. The thunder looks or that lightning looks awesome. The thunder sounds awesome, but the lightning looks good. All right, we're just gonna do kind of a turnaround trip here. Nothing too crazy. A bit of power here. Man, those seas look rough. I will tell you that. They do look rough. Let's use a little bit of rudder here. Drop the gear down again. Bunch of airplanes over there on the right. They're trying to get the hell out of here as well. They're like, this isn't what we paid for. We didn't sign up for this, I mean. Okay, looking good here. Let's see what the interior looks like. Oh my, yeah. It's just bad. All around bad. Nothing good from that. All right, we're on our turn here. Got the airport in sight. We're looking good. A lot better on this approach, I'll tell you that right now. A lot better. It's a little to the right. Line up this way. It's definitely different landing in the outside view. Kill that power there, and we'll bring the nose up. Almost took out a bird on the way in, and we're down. All right, let's just go ahead and go full power. We're gonna just go ahead and change the weather to clear. And up we go. Gear up. All right, now we can see again. Let's see what the crash damage is like. All right, so we're going to test the crash damage over here. I did try it already, but the game completely froze up right before it hit the ground. So that was not ideal. And I have since resynced, and we're going to try it again. Now, the airplane seemed to fall apart pretty decently, actually. So I'm going to try to replicate what I did over here. Let's bring a little bit more sun out, shall we? There we go. A little bit more sun like that. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So maybe you could have a situation where the airplane falls apart a little bit, like without it blowing up. It will blow up, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Get down in the valley, and we're going to try to take the wings off first, like this. Like that. There it went. And it didn't blow up. Now it blew up, and we're dead. So, I mean, it does absolutely shatter into pieces. It really does. So there you have it with that. Let's try to land on a highway, because that's always fun. All right, we are rolling. Full speed. And we can rotate pretty early, actually. Does get up to speed pretty easy. We're just going to keep the gear down for right now. Make our right turn here. Using a little bit of rudder to do it. Actually, full of rudder to get it in the orientation I want it. All right, let's say we have mayday, mayday, mayday. Lost all engines. You got to make a decision. Where are you going to put it down at? That is the question. Engines are literally dead right now, and we are just floating the sucker in. Oh, it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. I have to reignite the engines a little bit here at idle speed, and we're going to try to land here on this highway. Car, you're in a bad spot. Trust me. Oh, how did that even happen? How did we go through that tree? Cars, don't mind me. It's gonna take off right over you. Okay, we hit that one though. GTA physics, will you get us out of here? Oh, it just might. It just might, and it did. My God. Oh, we lost an engine though. Right engine is down. Oh, look at that. Oh, this isn't good at all. This thing is not flying well. Just hit some power lines, no big deal. Oh, this thing is definitely buckling around, though, now. Look at that. Got smoke coming out of that right engine. All right. Let's try to put it down underneath this bridge. This is going to be disastrous. I have a feeling this is going to be disastrous. With the light poles and everything else. And here we go. Oh, we're down. Hold it down, hold it down. Hitting all the light poles. Coming to a stop, hasn't exploded on us yet. And we are down. Wow. Got super lucky on that one. Let's jump out of this thing. Oh, now people are going to freak out. Oh, it is on fire, though. That engine is completely on fire. I don't know if it's going to explode or what. Looks like the wings did stay intact. I think that fire's going to go out on its own. I was expecting it to fall apart, honestly. I cannot believe it ended up where it did. That is craziness. Absolute craziness. Every time I land one of these on the road in this game, it's mind-blowing. Because it would never happen. Look at that. Wow. Well, this is going to do it for this airplane mod showcase. Neat 737, would love to see some additional liveries for it. Possibly, you know, American ones or something. Not that there's anything wrong with this one. I like this livery, actually. It would just be nice to see that. And then maybe we would use it in a 5M server or something. But that's going to do it. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.